Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Well, it's that time of year again. We're approaching the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. What will 2019 hold? This is what I keep getting from a lot of people, and I don't really blame you. You know, I think about it myself and I think, well, I wonder what kind of a vibe that 2019 is going to give me. So I'm going to get right to the predictions that's coming to me. So the first one that I want to say is the House of Representatives and the Senate. Now, there's been a lot of controversy with both, and are they actually going to come and get together and actually do something? My vibe here and what I'm getting is they probably won't do as much until the next presidency. So we're probably going to have a 2-year standoff until the next election, okay? The new tax bracket. Well, it's interesting. The tax bracket that I see is going to be really, really good for a lot of people, but the middle class I don't see as well. And the reason is because they're not going to be able to claim the deductions that they're used to deducting. And that's going to hurt a lot of the middle class people. So in some cases, they might even pay more in taxes. It's going to evolve. It sounds like a really great plan, but I think for the overall demographics and middle class, I think that they're going to be the losers on this tax bracket. So I'm going to say it is not going to help them. Sorry, guys, to say that. So I'm not real keen on it because it's not what I'm getting. What I'm getting is it's going to cause a lot of havoc for a lot of families. So stay tuned for that. That should be pretty interesting, okay? The big question that I'm getting is, will Donald Trump be a 2-term president? Will he be impeached? And honestly, I see this man still being in office. I still see him being a very big part of the presidency. I don't see him leaving. Like I said, it's just, I try to picture this man disappeared, gone away. And honestly, I keep getting, nope, he's going to still be here. He's still going to be around. So for those of you that love him, you'll be happy. For those of you that don't like him, I'm sorry. You know, I am not siding either way, and I want to make that perfectly clear. But when I do these predictions, it's just what I'm seeing, and that is what I'm talking about. Many times when I do these predictions, I get a lot of comments on YouTube saying I either love him, I don't like him, this, that. It has nothing to do with personal opinion. It's having everything of what I see. So that's what I'm getting. Back in 2016, I predicted President Trump to go through a lot of members in his cabinet, and obviously he has. But at the same token, will he continue to do so? I think this is just who he is. I think he can be a very difficult person. I think he could be very, maybe, just a person, how he sees things, to be the way he wants to see them. However you see it, it's going to continue. So I do think that there are still going to be people in and out of his cabinets, and that's going to go ongoing. I really do. The Fed rate, I do see it increasing about 3 times next year. I think it's going to start increasing slowly, but by the middle of next year, it's probably going on its second try. So for those people that want to buy a home, think carefully. And, like I said, I just see it going that way. I also see interest rates across the board, even for credit card debt. So be careful with what you're spending. The bottom line is cash is king. If you can afford it, pay cash for it, by all means do that. If you don't need it, that's what I want you to say. When you really want something, I want you to really say to yourself, yeah, this is great, but do I need it? Because it is going to be everything in your future to what you're maybe biting more than you could chew. And keep in mind the interest rates, okay? Because those interest rates are not going away, all right? North Korea, that's also been a speculation, and many people have asked about that. Do I see North Korea being okay? I know that President Trump has made some sort of deal and they've compromised whatever it is that they've been going through, but I would not trust North Korea as far as I could throw them. Do I see possible in the future some missile launching, discrepancy to what they're going to do? I do. So I don't feel at peace or at ease, so I'm keeping my guard up, and I suggest that we all do. For now, it's quiet, but sometimes when things are quiet, I worry about that. Okay, climate control. You're noticing a lot. Wherever you live in the world, there is tough climate changes. You know, warm places are suddenly getting really, really cold, and you're seeing that. So I think overall, there's going to be a big global freeze, and it's going to continue, is what I see. So that global freeze will be on all aspects of the world, things that you never expected. So I definitely see that. There's going to even be more flooding, more hurricanes, parts of Texas, for instance. I see increasing amounts of water and rain and flooding. New Orleans, same thing. Poor guys, they're not done. But the worst of it is going to be California. As I said last year, California is really going to take a hit, and unfortunately, California is not over. You know, California is probably my favorite state in the United States. I've been there many times. I had lived there back in my 20s. It's just such a great place. But I really feel my heart is with the people in California. I do worry about them. So are they out of the woods? No. I'm actually worried about more earthquakes. And I keep getting the messages, San Andreas fault. So the messages that I get is it's not over. So there will be some devastation. I hope not, and I'd love to be wrong on that, but I'm not seeing California out of the woods. So my prayers to California is huge on the Richter scale, and I really mean that. Okay, let's talk about our Privacy Acts. A lot of people, you know, we've gotten used to the computer age, and I get that. But with this new computer age and where everything is going and how more it's going to be affected, so are our Privacy Acts. They will continue to be diminished in any way. So we are the future of numbers, and so will the human population. We will be a number to everybody. So are we going to get chipped? Are we going to get this? Eventually, this is where everything is going. So whether you like it or not, it's where it's going, and we're probably not ever going to be using money. Any kind of, I mean, we're just going to be able to walk into a store and that'll be it. So I don't know how they're going to come to that, but this is what's going to be happening. So a lot of the job markets I really worry about, especially with our children going off to college. This is what I tell a lot of my clients. Pay attention to what your children want to do in life, because the question you should be asking, if your child wants to do this or wants to do that. So for instance, if your child wants to be, say, an ultrasound tech or an x-ray technician in a hospital, my answer would be you better really think twice, because in 10 years, maybe 5 years, those jobs will be replaced. So picking a job that's going to be recession-proof for the computer age is highly, highly important. So try to guide your children as much as you can, because I hate to think that they pick a career that wouldn't be suited, or it won't even be an existing profession for them. So that tells me a lot. Artificial intelligence, for instance. You know, I said 10 years ago that we are not really going to have MD doctors. When I first said this, everybody started to laugh and thought I was crazy. But guess what? They just started to make their first human type intelligent, artificial intelligent protocol. And basically, they're already starting to do it. So are there going to be MDs in the next 10 years? Probably not. Those professions are going to start dwindling. I would tell people, if you want to be a doctor, become a specialty doctor, because the regular MDs are going to be a thing of the past. They're already creating all of this technology. And you're going to go into an office and you're going to basically key in some things. A computer's going to take your vitals, and if they need you to go see a doctor and you've got a problem, they're going to send you to a specialist. And that's really what I see. So whether you like it or not, this is where we're going. So pay attention to the professions that your kids are going to be choosing, because you want them to really pick something that is going to still be in existence. Okay, so that's a big thing. Another thing that I see, there's going to be a big surge in the medical profession. The next 10 years, I see a big leap of Parkinson's. You're going to hear more and more people having it. And the reason I really believe that I see this, it's linked to statin drugs. Now you're going to say, well, I take a statin and I take a statin. And yeah, we've all taken it. I've even taken statin drugs. But I'll be honest with you, neurologically, it's going to have a big impact on our brains, on our minds. So I'm not telling you not to take a drug, but really investigate your alternatives. So many people just take whatever a doctor tells you, and I think you also have to do the work. Start looking at your diet, start looking at different things, alternative measures along with your drugs. I'm not telling you not to take your meds, but there's going to be big strides and there's going to be big things that technology is going to do, but also just even in the meds that we're taking. I know that this is a world of people taking meds for everything, but if you can really think about what it is that you need, if there's alternatives, I want you to investigate it, because the bottom line is it's the side effects and your body is paying the price. And speaking of mind, there's going to be huge strides in anything with the brain. And it's going to come out in boatloads. So stay tuned for that, because I find that to be quite fascinating. But there is going to be a lot. There's even technology even for kids and how much they use their computers and what the meds do and the side effects for that. Things that we did not know are suddenly going to start coming to a head. And people are starting to becoming proactive. Every commercial we see on television, yeah, you could take this drug, but look at all the side effects that come. So what I guess I'm saying is, it's one thing to trust your doctor, but also listen to your body when it speaks to you, because nobody's going to know your body better than you, not even your doctor. So take in consideration, speak up at your doctor's office. Say, yes, I agree, but this is what I feel, and this is what, when I take this is what it makes me feel like. Really talk to your doctor. Your doctor sees you for 5-10 minutes. Your doctor's not going to really know about your body. You are the one that's going to know it. So take advantage of that, okay, and work together as a team. Okay, so that's something. Flu shots. A lot of people ask me, what do I think about them? Well, I'm not going to tell you not to get them, and I'm not going to tell you to get them. What I'm going to tell you is, again, what does shots do? Where does it go? How much faster to the brain does it go? Does it make an impairment to a brain? You have to start thinking about that. So basically, I always like to say, what are some of the alternatives to strengthening your body, your immune system? And I tell people, go to an allergist, see what you're allergic to. If you are allergic to a lot of things, get allergy shots. That will build your immune system far more and in greater length of a 10-year span than any flu shot for the season. So when I say there's other alternatives, there are. You just have to do the work. And I know the technology is getting there, but it's also taking away from people to do the work. Be proactive on yourself. Read up on it. Pay attention to what makes you feel the way you feel. Start, writing journals of how you feel. What was the temperature today? What is it that I ate today? What was the barometric pressure? Then you're going to start graphing. You're going to start really seeing what speaks to your body and why your body is behaving the way it does. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you're in tune to your body, mind, and spirit flourish as well. So it's a big avenue, okay? So I do want to say that. So I like that there's going to be huge discoveries to the brain, because I think it's wonderful to know as much as we can. Shootings, will they continue? The answer is yes, unfortunately, a big unfortunate. They will happen randomly all over the world. It's not just the United States, it's not just places like London, it's going to be everywhere. So are we supposed to be in panic? No. I refuse to live my life in panic, but what I always tell people is be aware of your surroundings. Would you stop looking at the text and stop looking down? Take a look when you go somewhere. Take a look at your surroundings. Look around. See what's there. See what exit doors are there. That's very important. A lot of times I'll tell people, where's the exit door? What happens if you had to get out really quick? Would you know where to go? This is what I'm saying. Be very aware of everything that's around you. It could save your life one day, can make all the difference. But Are they going to be more of shootings? Yeah, the country will stay divided, unfortunately, and that is really painful to see. So when I say that the country will stay divided, I still see a lot of people making, opinions, whether it's political, whether it's religion, whether it's a lot of different things, whether you have a learning disability, whatever it is, I see that people are becoming cruel and they're getting worse. So be one of those people that isn't cruel, that can kind of judge a person accordingly to them, not because of if somebody is Muslim or if somebody is Korean or whatever. Who cares? Just look at the person. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, purple, gray, polka dots. It doesn't matter. All that matters is giving a person a chance and seeing them for what they are. Now, if you don't like them, have a reason for not liking them, but don't stereotype, because it's really getting monotonous in how cruel people are becoming. So be the person that's the bigger person, and hopefully you can look at somebody and say, well, maybe they are different, maybe I don't like them, but they're still a human being. So know that, because this is something that's going to be really important, because what I guess I'm saying is I'm seeing a difference in people every single day just by their actions. Hate crimes, all of that. Really, we're going into 2019. I'd like to think that we've learned something, not going back 1,000 years and being vicious to one another. I hope that we have come a lot farther than that. So this is what I'm seeing. I hope that your 2019 will be enlightening. We will continue to learn, because the day comes when you shut your mind off and you stop learning. I think that's a big tragedy all by itself. And not forget to be human to each other. That to me is the biggest important thing. So please continue to keep your hearts open with love. And if you don't like somebody and somebody rubs you the wrong way, just remove yourself, disconnect, but you don't have to be cruel. Okay? I am wishing everybody a very heartfelt, prosperous, much happy 2019. I hope everybody gets to where they're going with peace. Until then, I hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year to all of you. Bye-bye.